Good afternoon, or whatever time it is where you are, where you're watching this. I've been watching a lot of sawmill videos, primarily bandsaw mills, and quite a few of them have debarkers that they use for milling their lumber. I've noticed that the majority of what I've watched, the saw blade and the debarker path that's being cut do not align. I've noticed quite often the saw blade is either above the path by a little bit or below the path, and I think it was one video that I saw that it was actually in the center of the debarker path, which is where it's supposed to be. So I thought to myself today, since I had absolutely nothing to do and it's too cold to be running the mill outside, that I'd make a quick video on how to adjust or align the debarker with the saw blade. So, without further ado, here we go. The only reason that we have a debarker on the mill is obviously to keep the bark and dirt, stones, etc. away from the blade to prolong the life of the blade. And also to help keep the wood itself clean so that the blade isn't drawing in dirt and debris into the cut. If your debarker isn't aligned properly, then there's no use in having it at all. So the whole idea behind this is to get the debarker aligned so that it can do the job that you paid good money for it to do. What we want to do is make sure that the center of the blade and the center of the debarker blade are on the same level. So what I've already done is I've moved my blade to 7 inches height, which we can see right here. And the debarker blade is also set to 7 inches to the center of the cutter. To adjust the debarker blade height, we need to loosen these 2 bolts over here on this side, these 2 bolts over here. Once they've been loosened, we're going to take the height adjustment bolts here and back here, loosen up the lock nuts that are on the bottom, and then taking the bolts and threading them in will raise the blade. Threading them out will lower the blade. You do this and keep measuring the center of the blade to the top of your bunk until the center of the blade is the same as the center of your saw blade. Then you just tighten these 2 nuts over here, go back, tighten these bolts here, those bolts there, and you're ready to go. And now that we're at the same level, everything's adjusted, we should be just fine when it comes time to actually milling, which hopefully will be soon.